is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
How good is that?
Welcome to the podcast. Guess what?
What?
If you haven't had enough of Raygun,
Break some news for me.
you know what they've done.
Break some dancing for me.
Break it down. Break it down, Kate. Guess what? They've written an entire musical about Raygun's story.
And you're not the lead role.
No.
And I am furious.
Oh, goodness. I would never have the moves of Raygun.
Raygun the musical.
Yeah. I think it just follows her journey. I would imagine it has a comical twist.
Is there a moment where she sees a kangaroo and thinks, how could I build that into a dance routine?
Oh, look, I don't.
She wakes up one morning, looks out the window, sees a kangaroo and goes, God, there's a dance in that.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, they've written a musical and it's all on the podcast.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Hey, a balding drug used by millions of people worldwide has been blamed for a spate of cases of werewolf syndrome in babies. Oh, no,
What's
mate.
happened? It's passed through.
Can I ask the medication that you're using at the moment, big fella? What is it called?
I'm so sorry. I'm not exactly sure what you're talking about.
Just give. I know. Does it start with an M?
Maybe.
Oh no.
Maybe.
Is it
Starts with an M.
minoxidil?
It could be called minoxidil. Look, I'd have to go back and have a look at the packaging.
Okay. Now,
Who's to say I'm even on a hair med?
Now, you're not using the foam, though, are you? You've got the tablets. Because apparently, this is like... And it's like, you know, the number one tennis player in the world, Yannick Sinner, and he had a positive drug test.
That's right.
And it said because he brushed past someone in the kitchen, and that's how the drug got into his system. But they're actually saying with this over-the-counter foam that you can get, Kate, that... it caused infants to develop uncontrollable hair growth across their bodies. So the parents are using it on their heads, or the dads are using it on their heads, and then they're coming in and playing with the kids, and then all of a sudden the kids are getting hair. They're growing hair in the areas where the dad's holding the baby.
Oh,
Well,
really?
that's a little bit like the awkward situation we ran into, Fitz, and let's pull back the curtain a bit. When you and I went to give blood, and we were there ready to donate and save 3 lives. I filled in the form and I got to, are you on any of the following medications? Oh, minoxidil's on there. So could you imagine a poor woman who's in a car accident and they then transfer my blood into her to save her lives and she grows a moustache? She wakes up from her coma and she's got a handlebar moustache.
She goes, oh, man, thank you so much for the plasma. That was awesome. But can you get rid of this Shannon Knoll flavour saver that I have underneath my bottom lip?
I hadn't planned on waking up a man. Whose blood is this?
Have you had a bad reaction to medication? Rochelle in Green Valley. What happened, Rochelle?
Good morning, legends. How are you?
Good legend.
Oh, great, legend.
Love it, legend.
Okay, picture this.
Yeah.
You know when you see a scary movie and people are scratching at their skin
Yep.
and they've got bugs all over their bodies? Well, I had a reaction at the back of my knees and I had stockings on and I start getting really itchy. And I'm ripping my stockings off thinking, oh, my God, what have I got on me? And there was these massive big lumps at the back of my knees, so big. And I'm scratching and I went over to the doctors and it was from penicillin. And so many people are allergic to penicillin.
Yeah, they are.
But I only got it at the back of my knees, just lumps.
So how did they say that you may have brushed past something with penicillin in it, Rochelle? or
No,
what?
I was on penicillin. I had a throat
right,
infection and I was on the very last tablet. So,
And it kicked in.
yeah, it was like a horror movie.
Lumps on the knees.
God,
Thank you,
thanks,
legend.
Cheryl in San Susie. What happened to you on holiday, Cheryl?
Yes, I was in Hawaii in a group, and I went out for dinner. And after dinner, the next day I woke up and I had a red rash all over my body. It just looked like measles. And I went to the doctor because I was due to fly home in 3 days back to Australia. And the doctor said to me, "We don't know what it is." And they gave me a cortisone injection. They thought that might, so I wasn't feeling sick. I just had this red rash all over my body. Yeah. Anyway, so they gave, and then Qantas wouldn't let me on the plane because they said I could be contagious. So I had to stay in Hawaii for an extra 10 days, all expenses paid for. And
Your beauty.
with a friend, and one of the girls in the group, they said someone can stay with you. So I was in a group of about 50 girls, and one of them said, "Oh, I'll stay." okay, I'll stay. And so we had to stay. And then because when I was coming home, Qantas said, look, we'll put you in first class instead of economy.
No way.
Yeah, so it was a really tough, and to this day I'm allergic to cortisone and they've never given it to me since. But the funny, I mean, it was bad, but the funny thing is I wasn't sick, I just had this rash all over my body, so I got an extra 10 days, all expenses paid for in Hawaii.
I want to get cortisone for Christmas.
Yeah.
You know what? I would sit at the pool bar with a big rash all over my body and not care at all.
Well, you'd clear the pool, wouldn't you?
You would. You'd have the whole bar to yourself.
Brock's in Kurnell, far Kurnell. And Brock, what happened to your wife?
Good morning, boys. Happy Friday.
Hey, Brocky, before we get to your wife, if you've seen any tar balls on the beach, apparently they've turned up in Kurnell, mate.
Oh. No, I haven't seen them yet.
Yeah, the fat balls.
So that's what's in
to
them.
look forward to.
There's a lot
Hair,
of crap in those,
fat,
isn't there?
junk, tar.
Beautiful beach down there, Kurnell. I love it, Brock. What happened to your wife, though?
Well, she woke me up during the middle of the night. It would have been about 1 a.m. in the pain, so I thought I'd get some pain relief. Got a one started a bit night.
Sorry,
accidentally
Brock.
whipped out.
Just take a step to the left, buddy. We're only getting half the story there.
Hello?
Go
yeah,
ahead.
Got you now. We
We're
got you
good?
now, yeah. So she woke up at 1 a.m, Brock. What happened next?
Yeah, and my son's been crying all night. I went to get her some pain relief and whipped out the old dodgy packets of laxatives. She popped 2 of those and then,
And she popped
up
the
on
rest.
the toilet. And then I
popped the
went back
rest.
out and I checked and I was like, oh, shit, how am I going to get out of this
Well,
one?
exactly.
All over the bathroom.
Aren't laxatives like little bits of chocolate? How can you muck that up, bro?
Well, see,
You had one
We had
job.
this other form. His other form of them.
no, see, Mum and Dad used to have the laxative chocolate in the fridge. Very dangerous for kids. Because, you know, when you go on the search as a kid for lollies or chocolate anywhere in the house?
Yeah, but it doesn't taste like chocolate, does it?
Well, the
No.
worming stuff does,
The
doesn't it?
Combantrum.
Combantrum. What
Does
a great
it?
product that is.
With the worm on the...
Stop itching your bum and have a chocky at the same time.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Did I just hear Ash say that there will be Raygun the musical?
Oh, did you what?
What is the
Hey.
music? What is the music around it? Like, is it just the one
Well,
that
it's
she
just a
danced
break.
with?
Can I? No. Can I say this? I think there's someone in this room that should audition for the role of Raygun. Kate Ritchie, you can do this.
All right.
No, oh,
You could do this.
Can you drop a beat, Jess? Let's see if Kate's got the...
No, I'm not doing it. I've never pretended to be Raygun. I've never done an
You could break
impersonation of Raygun.
Well, you don't need much experience
Ash,
to
look,
dance.
Ash, can you tell us a bit more about the musical so I don't have to do an impersonation of Raygun?
Look, it's by Aussie comedian Steph Broadbridge, and it's going to follow her journey to the Olympics. So I don't have a lot of detail around the music and things like that, but it opens in Sydney tomorrow night.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Jeez, she's
yeah.
turned that around
Quick
quickly.
turnaround, bit of breakdancing.
Oh, my
Well, see,
God.
Kate, you've got a great voice, so it's a musical,
That's
so you
true.
could sing, but also, I mean, you're not the best dancer in the world. I think you're perfect for the role.
You do an impersonation of
I'm
a
a great
kangaroo
dancing.
very well.
I was trained at the Mary Easton Dance Studio in Glenfield.
Not for long.
Who was your teacher? Can you remember?
Mary Easton.
Oh, Mary.
And before
Easton.
that, Judy Easton.
Sisters?
Yeah,
God, the Easton
sisters.
fam.
Yeah, and then Merrin, Mary's daughter, became a teacher. I went to school with her.
Well, they'd be very proud to know that you're auditioning for Raygun the musical. They'd be wrapped.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast. We're on. All right. It's time for 60-second starts. Kate Ritchie's I'm Still Standing. Now.
Discover your next Kia at Sydney City Kia, O'Riordan Street, Alexandria.
This is exciting.
It's so
Because you know what? Straight up you get $100. It's as simple as that. From KFC. Smira from Winston Hills. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
how
We
is-
love you guys.
Oh, how are
me
you
and
feeling?
Me and my work buddy Najat, we love you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Can I just say, it's Samira.
Oh,
You called her Smira.
Sorry, Samira.
Yes,
What about me?
Sorry, Smira.
Samira, hips don't lie. Hey, You are pumped because you're up against Kate Ritchie, who is struggling at the moment.
But you
in
say
I'm
that
Still
you say that
Standing.
every day. You say that every day, Fitzy.
This is the longest losing streak you've ever had.
Well,
I
maybe
reckon
I'm
you're up
trying.
to 5.
I'm trying to lose because I would just. I don't want to save the cash. I want to give everybody $100 from KFC
I love you,
and
Kate.
my
I love you from
$100. Oh, did you? Thank you.
Well, thanks
for mentioning it. I'm not allowed to say it here in the studio.
Always
it's banned.
welcome. $100 cash is already yours. 200 up for grabs. Let's do this, guys.
Come on, all right. Come on, Samira, you can do this. You're going first.
Okay.
If you have that power at the end, you win. Here we go. Your 60-second starts now. AirTags are sold by which company, Samira?
E-tags. They're sold by Lint. Oh,
No. AirTags.
AirTags.
I said it's Apple. Over to Kate.
Oh, no, she misheard you.
Kate, what
I
was
got
the
the
number?
wrong one.
Kate, what was the number one
Oh.
stream song on Spotify this year?
Espresso.
Yep. What was Joel Creasy's announcement yesterday?
He's no longer doing Eurovision.
Correct. How many members are there in Royal Otis?
2.
2, I'll give you that. The
Kate.
silverback is a species of what animal, Kate?
Whippers. Oh, gorilla.
Gorilla, yes. Who was Merrick Watts paired with on Nova back in the day?
Rosso.
Yes. What is Putin's first name?
Vladimir.
Yep. Sam Mack belongs to which network?
7.
Yep. Where does Santa live?
The North Pole.
Yep. Does a guitar have 6 or 8 strings?
8. Oh.
Nah, 6. Samira, what's Australia's most populated city, Samira?
Sydney.
Yes.
Smizzy, you've done it.
And I'm with you, Samira. You got the question correct. If you thought it was E-tag, it's linked. I get it.
Oh, my
Yeah, I
gosh.
thought it was E-tag, not AirTag.
No, that's okay. You came back at the end. You got the cash.
Yeah,
And
what a
I
win.
continue my awful losing streak.
Okay.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
There was a huge exclusive that dropped the other day. The trailer for Bump Season 5.
This looks great.
Yeah.
I mean, if I just throw a couple, I'm going to give you 2 names, which is going to blow you away. Just 2. Claudia Carvin, who I've had a crush on since 1997, and Angus Sampson.
Oh, mate, Angus
Like-
Sampson's one of Australia's most underrated actors. Love him.
One of the great brains in comedy and acting. So, and they had the big, what do you call it?
Oh, the big premiere.
Premiere.
You're going to say the bump.
No, at Barangaroo. Was that yesterday? It just looked unbelievable.
So have you seen?
I've
Have
seen
you
the
seen?
trailer.
When can
Yeah,
I see
I've
it?
seen a little bit more than the trailer, but I'm not actually allowed to say that I've seen a little bit more than the trailer.
Oh.
And it is awesome. Have a listen to this.
Are you scared? I'm worried about my husband, who gets himself smashed in the face. And I'm worried about my mum, who's now totally freaked out.
Why haven't you asked me how I am?
And I just feel totally alone. It's just a lot happening.
Are you regretting getting pregnant?
I don't know how to answer that today.
Because it goes through a lot of the life challenges that families and communities face day to day. So it follows the family, and then, you know, you've got cancer stories, but also you've got Angus Sampson in there bringing some funny as well. So it is a great show, and it is out. When are we out, guys?
Boxing Day, I think, which is lovely to have something to look forward to after you've had a big Christmas day.
Perfect for Boxing Day.
Hopefully you don't have to go and see the family, or if you do, put the telly on and don't talk to them.
The brand new season of the Stan original series Bump will premiere on Boxing Day. Spot on, Kate Ritchie. All episodes at once too.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
I love these stories. These are the start-up stories. So Zach Lee was with his mates, rocked up to a Tame Impala gig. You got any Tame Impala in the system there, Jess?
Love it.
So this was quite a while ago, 2017 it was. They've rocked up with the tickets that they've bought off the internet web, gone to go in, and sorry, mate, these tickets are fraudulent. You can't do it. You can't get in.
What do you mean? Fake tickets they bought?
No, yeah, they just got scammed on the internet.
Does happen, doesn't it?
Via GoGo. And I mean, we saw that at the start of the year with Taylor Swift, wasn't it? We heard some horrific stories on this show of poor mums forking out hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
Heartbreak stories of kids so excited that then turn up on the night only to be told, I'm sorry, those tickets don't exist.
Yep. So Lee and his mate Jason Webb, they forked out $400 to go see Kevin Parker play up the front there. Gee, he's good. He recorded that first album in a speaker, right?
Yeah.
He recorded that in 2014 or 2009 in this tiny little place over in WA. He recorded the whole album whip. So he did drums, guitar, bass. He did everything, right?
God.
This beautiful house that he rented out overlooking the beach. And he got so big, he comes back a few years later. And there he is. He's bought the house. And he's just recording new albums in there all the time.
Tommy and I saw them perform live at Splendour.
Oh, huge.
It was massive.
So good.
Oh,
So
yeah,
anyway, he started up this new website, which is called Tixel. So he was fueled by a deep sense of frustration. So now, basically, it's just a resale.
What, this is the guy who...
Tixel's platform offers a safe marketplace for ticket buying and reselling. And how's this? So basically, you've got to scan your ticket, and if you want to sell it, you go onto Tixel, and it's the safest place to do it. They've already got 2.5 million people that have signed up for it. Because this is a major thing at the moment. And you can only resell it at a certain price. So you can go up a little bit.
Just a percentage of.
But this is where the scammers can't get involved because...
Doesn't that already exist with one of the ticket services? So it might be like Ticketek has an extension of Ticketek, which is a safer platform for people to sell tickets. But you're right, you're only allowed to increase the price.
But see, that was Live Nation. There was a little bit of a story that was done on that.
Oh, was there?
Where you can go back.
Oh, the fees attached to the ticket process.
But there's more fees that you have to pay, and then they make more money out of it.
But the reality is, when it comes to kids trying to get Taylor Swift tickets, Mum and Dad will do whatever it takes. I'll look down the side of the couch for an extra couple of dollars if I can just shut them up.
Because, there would be so many different... Mate, there would be so many different websites where they just... Kids go on there thinking that they've got these tickets and they get absolutely stitched.
I mean, and it's not only tickets, though, is it? Like at the moment where I'm spent yesterday having a look at a few things online, trying to organise Christmas presents for the family and doing a lot of... Is that fake? That looks a bit...
I know.
I mean, not only do you have fake items, you've got now, you don't know whether it's AI selling you the product, so you don't even know if that website exists.
How many times do you order something, you get sucked in off Instagram or something as well, and then it arrives and you just go, oh my gosh,
yeah, but you've got an addiction to Temu. I mean, your budget for Temu monthly is what, 10K you're spending on Temu?
I've only bought a couple of old vintage frames off Temu.
Were they any good?
Yeah, they were okay.
All right.
Yeah, they're okay. Get over it.
Get over it. You don't have too many Temu success stories. That's okay.
No. But this is great. So it's called Tixel. So if you are looking, if there is a hot artist like Drake that is, performing here and it sells out, this is a safe place to go and get resale.
I mean, go to Nova first.
You can listen to us and get free tickets to Drake.
Yes, you can.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Research says that we throw out our body weight in food every year.
That's a lot, isn't it?
That's a lot of wastage. Now, this can be food that's not eaten, but more importantly, it's food that ends up sitting on the shelves in supermarkets, Ryan James, that nobody wants. What are you...
Okay, here's a couple of examples.
I hate wasting food.
Yeah,
as you can tell.
Yeah, I know. Let's say you cut up an onion, right, but you only need half the onion for your spaghetti bolognese. What do you do with the other half?
Put it in the fridge.
Yeah, okay, that's good. My wife's very good like that as well.
Yeah.
I can be...
You'll throw the onion, will you?
I throw my hand up here and I will say every now and then I am guilty of this and I'll throw out half an onion, which is stupid. I should be holding on to that.
You need to have a good look at yourself, if you ask me. Just because the onion made you cry, don't pick on the onion. Here's an idea they've come up with in a supermarket chain in Germany. They're saying the reason that food gets left behind, and they use bananas for an example, is nobody buys a single banana, right? Because normally you would buy a bunch of bananas. Not many people walk in there thinking, I just need one banana today. What they've done on leftover food, they've decided to attach a level of emotion to the food that might be left out or left behind. So they've got stickers on the food that indicate how the food might be feeling. This is clever. So they'll put a sad sticker on the last banana that's left on the shelf. So you walk over and look at it and go, oh my God, all its friends have gone. The bunches have been taken. And there's the last kid in the lineup that hasn't been picked for sport. It's that banana. And as I said, the banana's sad.
Yeah, but mate...
It's sad.
Yeah, but then you're taking that banana home and you are adopting that banana and then you're chucking it straight into your blender for your smoothie. So you basically...
Do you think that should have a don't blend me sticker as well?
You're murdering.
Well, you're right. If you attach an actual human emotion to it, then how far does it go? Not so emotional today. Please don't blend me. Peel me correctly from the stem end, please.
That's great. I told you the other day I found out my local bakery and what they do with because I said, what do you do with your leftover? Because you've got so many magnificent chocolate donuts there and it's 4:30 in the afternoon. You're about to shut up. What's going on? She said, no, we're charity, so they pick it up for charity every day. How glorious would that be for homeless people to rock up and just to have fresh pies, pasties?
The bakery drop off at the end of the day, guys. I can hear the truck coming. These stickers go as far as saying, take me home, and lonely. So if you can attach that human emotion to the leftover food, apparently it works. People are getting there and feeling sorry for the banana.
Actually, Tom's got a lonely sticker on himself.
Yes, and you did when you met Inge, your wife, and she said, I better take this thing home and pop him in the blender.
Yeah, the old the odd bunch or whatever Woolies call it, you know. So
free to good home.
Bit of, the disfigured carrot.
And I said to her at the time, a pet is more than just for Christmas.
Yeah.
A pet is for life. And she said, no, I'm going to hang on to him for a little bit.
Tommy, that sticker that you have on your car, though, which is very similar to a Coles one, which is down.
That's different, because under that it says $20 is $20.
Oh, yeah. Oh, look.
Prices are down.
Everyone's doing their best,
Just trying to get
cost
through.
of living.
Oh, just as hit the music, we're off.
Oh, Alex Warren's arrived.
Thanks, Alex.
The Fitzy and Ripper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
ABC put up a video during the week, fascinating, from the 80s. School kids talking about smoking. Actually, we had Crash Craddock, a good mate of mine, Crash Craddock, legendary cricket journalist. Remember Crash was on and said that they brought in that you were allowed to smoke at school. Remember when he went to school and there was a certain part of the school that all the kids would go to have a dart?
Yeah, there was a break for smoking.
That's right.
I still remember that era when it was the cool thing to do and no one knew that it was doing such damage to your body at the time, remember? So this is a group of school kids talking about smoking. They would have been, I would say that they would have been in year... I reckon these kids would have been around about 11, 12 years of age. So we're talking year 6, year 7. Have a listen to these kids talking about smoking at their age.
You go buy a pack of cigarettes, they'll trust it, They just say, okay, you can have it. Young children smoke because they think it makes them tough, that's why.
There's a lot of kids at this school that smoke. I know, lots. I'm not going to say it.
Most kids in high school are forced to smoke by their friends to keep, in the gang. When they start smoking, they just like it so much and they think it's all cool and that. They say, don't be chicken, can't try it. I reckon they're fantastic and you just watch people, they just breathe it in and then they just hold and then they just breathe it out. That's all happens. Just go around doing that, holding it out like that, and it goes all over. But you don't just try it when you're really young. You should try it when you're about 14 or 15. Haven't tried getting away with it yet. It's very easy, but if I wanted to.
What a timestamp.
Isn't it fascinating when you look back?
And it's not just the vision. I saw this too, Fitz. The vision obviously looks dated and the quality of the recording is dated and you can tell it's old. But I listen to kids from the 80s, or even when you see an old Home and Away clip.
Yeah.
I mean, I follow that Instagram account, which is incredible. Yeah. Did we talk or speak
more
differently?
Australian?
I actually think our accents were broader and, they're more kind of Australian like this because perhaps we didn't have the internet and we weren't being infiltrated with global accents.
Yep.
It's a really
Like especially the
interesting point.
especially the American accent. A lot of American TV, TikTokers. You know, I'm sure lots of parents listening would be thinking their kids, you know, sometimes they have an American twang because they follow these influencers who have American accents.
I agree.
It's incredible.
You also, I think there's different accents around Australia as well. From coast, it depends if you're from a coastal town compared to
You
in
can
a
hear
city.
someone from South Australia. You can pick that up instantly.
And Melbourne.
Do you know what's interesting too? Those kids, they all sound a little rough and tough and husky. They sound like that kid that used to be on that insurance commercial where he goes,
"Oh yeah,
crocodile took me down, ripped my guts out."
Well, they've all been smoking.
Ripped my head off.
Ripped my head
And my
off.
guts went this way, and my head went that way.
I don't even know that ad.
Isn't it? Doesn't it just? Oh, I just love it. But I love how they're like, no, we're not going to smoke. We're going to wait until we're 14 or 15.
Oh, yeah, you can't do it too young.
What a moment in time.
Amazing.
Fits in Whipper with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, download the Nova Player via the App Store or Google Play.
The Nova Player.